to the guys and we discuss over things, and it's such a relief because there and then we're able to break, and unbox certain things that might be uncomfortable to talk about, but when we come on the table, we are able to talk about it. At this point, I'm expected to hug the guys, but I'm not going to do that because that's a bit mushy. So, yes, tonight we have the usuals, the regulars, and I'm going to be introducing them one at a time. Of course, to my right, if this was Hogwarts, sorry, hold on. To my right, if we were running a political campaign and we needed someone to, be the front runner, there's no other better person to be that.
I don't know why.
Than the diplomat, the premium MC,
yes,
the honorable,
the traveler, honorable, navigator.
What is it with this navigating? What are you navigating?
I've been learning how to navigate ever since you taught me that thing. So. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. You already know we're back right here at the Black Table.
Hope you've had a wonderful week.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, the week was there. You know.
All right.
I'm grateful. So yeah, I'm hoping for a better week ahead. Let's just see how that works out.
Fantastic.
Yes, and thank you for having me again. I decided to go all Nigerian.
It's good to
thank you.
know that Madame let you out of the house. But that's fine. All right. And of course, to my man, one of the best voices on radio.
Radio guy.
Rich Uncle Junior.
No one has a better, style, charisma than this man. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I was going to say, if this were to be a wizardry, fictional world, it would be the wisest amongst us all. Yes.
I accept.
Is such a wise man. He gives us wisdom. Yeah. You should tip me later for that.
I will. And today's wisdom is going to be extra special.
No, but you didn't even say something now. You're missing something now.
What's that?
No, I did not mix. I
can't say it.
The most
I can't say it tonight.
faithful man in the whole of
Lagos State.
Congratulations.
Come on,
you
man.
put
What
it
you
out
say?
there.
It's not, we're not playing around.
We're doing like a meet of some sort. And of course, Rich Uncle is actually in the studio
he's in the building.
here. And
He'll probably join us.
Hopefully he's going to join us after we take the break. Anyways, we've got quite a lot of things to talk about this evening. And our topic for this evening is a bit controversial. It started from a conversation that held earlier this week. And we thought it would be nice to bring it on the table to talk about it. Today's marriages seems to be a bit controversial in terms of dynamics around it.
Yeah.
And the question that has been put to us today is, who is the biggest fraud in a marriage?
The biggest fraud.
Yes.
What do you mean,
who is the biggest fraud in a marriage? Yeah.
You break it down for us.
I'll break it down.
Okay.
So, but that's our main topic for tonight.
Okay.
Who's the biggest fraud in a marriage? And we'll dissect it, and hopefully we're able to explain what that means. Anyways, it's the Black Table. We'll take a quick break right now, and when we return, the show starts properly.
You always take the bill on the first date, second date, and third date. Bro code. As a guy, when it comes to every decision you're taking, ask yourself, who am I and how is this going to impact on my person? Bro code.
All right, welcome back. It's the Black Table, and finally joining us on the table this evening is my man. I call him the Rich Uncle for many reasons. Actually, he owns the Rich Uncle brand.
Again.
Yeah,
you have to do that.
I have to do it again.
Gang's intro. Because
Okay.
the regulars on the show, they know that.
Okay, yes. I know that it's a democracy here, and the vote says two against.
Also, we introduce Gang.
Okay, all right. All right. Okay, I want to
Majority
introduce
carries
Gang. We all know Gang to be the most faithful man in Lagos.
And when you say that,
And
Gang
the
usually
mayor
says-
of
Gang usually says,
I should say it, or
The mayor.
you want to say what it usually
bro,
says.
is it because your wife is here?
No.
Okay, yes,
So
yes.
don't
One
say
in.
Listen, let me say it. put the camera on the person that is going to say it. They dropped the title, The Most Faithful Man in Lagos, because that is what I am. As long as I dwell and reside in this city, I continue to be faithful.
Come on, man.
That's it.
The mayor of Agugi.
This is home.
This is
We
home.
will never break that faithfulness.
Osinawata Buru Garanya 1.
That's
Of
my
Lagos.
title.
Of Lagos.
Whatever
I
he
wanted
said.
it.
They're putting me on the spot because my wife is in the studio.
Yeah.
And she knows her man. She knows her man pretty well.
Yeah. So we choose out the special edition. So we've had Rich Uncle's wife in the studio. I think twice now while the show was ongoing, and now we have Deck's wife in the studio.
We have Gang's wife, not ex-wife.
What are you drinking?
What are you doing?
This gang, that's Deck.
I apologize.
Exactly.
We have Gang's wife in the studio, and Deck's wife will be showing up next week, right?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Cool. All right, so quickly, let's dive into the quick fires. We have little or no time because we have started quite late. And I want to say something before the first quick fire. Yeah, I lost a friend, and it was a bit painful because it shows how many guys are going through things. And because that factor, Naman you be, even to one another, we always do not, show that openness to help out. Found out he committed suicide, and it was really sad because I went through the message that he sent to me, and it felt really bad because I felt like he was crying out for
For help.
that, and every one of us were just too busy. So I want to put it out there. Suicide is never the way. If you're going through a problem, you're going through challenges, there are many ways at which you can be helped, and I just want to put it out there. So guys, always check on me, please.
I think what you're saying actually makes a whole lot of sense, and this is one of the reasons why mental health awareness is very, very key. It's very important to anything that we're doing. And that of course extends to everybody working around you.
Yeah.
If you're with people around you, and that if you work with me, you would know that I'm the kind of person that would ask you, "What's up, guy? You're right. You're okay." I'm not saying it because I just want to speak English. I'm saying it because I just want to be sure that you're okay.
Can
Do you know
you
that
ask me that
sometimes?
question?
No, let me tell you why.
Ask me.
Let me tell you why.
Ask me.
No, I'm not going to ask you. I will not ask you. But, sometimes when you ask these questions, they might just need as little as 500 naira.
I don't even think it's always financial. It's just for someone to
sometimes
meet
it's
halfway.
financial. Sometimes they just need someone to talk to.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you tell somebody that you look absolutely beautiful, that's enough
that
for
could
the
just be
person.
the difference. Yeah.
That's
Can
the
I
difference.
ask something real quick? We understand that life happens to everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I get a sense of sometimes when you hear a friend or a loved one like Olamide who just lost somebody to suicide, you now tend to feel a little bit of guilt. Like you have some responsibility. Like if you had taken that phone call or responded to his message, he might still be here. To what degree are you responsible for somebody that decides to make those decisions in their life?
To what degree are
without you
friends
feeling guilty?
Okay,
Without
I
you
understand
feeling
what you're
guilty.
saying.
Because you feel as if I had responded, it would have made a difference.
So let me give you an example of what I do. So I have a policy of not borrowing people money. I don't borrow, I won't lend you money. I'll tell you, this is how much I have. Take, don't give me back. If I don't have, I would apologize and tell you I don't have. You see, let me tell you something. Nobody is responsible for anybody.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You can't put yourself in a position where you feel like you're responsible for everyone. And then in the case that something like this happens, you begin to feel a certain type of way. I feel like if you can help. If you can, because the truth is, it's not necessary that he helps. Nobody knows what he is going through himself.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's important to understand that you don't owe anyone anything. But if you have and you can help, please do
so.
Reach out. Do you know that you don't have to help people financially? You can actually help people by even encouraging them. Bro, don't worry, I don't really have much right now. But the hope that, bro, I'm expecting something next week, next month, I would reach out to you. Is enough hope for that person to think that, this my guy is going to sort me out. That may even
just a bit of encouragement.
Encourage
Rich
the person
Uncle,
to stay.
what's your take on this?
I'm one of those people that believe that all we have in this life your wealth, like I always say, I'm not rich in money, I'm rich in people. Like a lot of things that you think that, oh, now money, is actually people. Like people would take you from here to here.
Exactly,
and sometimes
yeah.
money can't take you there.
Yeah, true
But
that.
as much as possible, I try to leave the door open all the time. I think at some point I feel like, this is not, I mean, you're exposing yourself too much. But then again, you just might be saving the life. Because sometimes I go through my DMs and I'm like, I don't know this person. Why are you telling me all this?
No problem.
But like you rightfully said, at that point in time, just that listening here, that's all they need.
Very true.
That's all they need.
Very true.
And this actually reminds me of, sorry. So this reminds me, you see this thing you said, I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was scrolling through Instagram one day, and I just saw this lady, very pretty lady, and she said, this is the last message you're going to see from me.
Oh, for real?
And I went on her page, I checked her page, only for me to find out that this girl has a beautiful baby girl, like a little girl.
Yeah.
Obviously her daughter, something like that.
London boy, a daughter.
And I said to her, and I said to myself,
You guys get that? A daughter.
I don't
London boy.
and then, I said to myself, I said, if you don't say anything and this girl commits suicide, you will blame yourself for
You'll
the
be
rest
on your
of
conscience forever.
And I said to her, I said, please, can I have a moment of your time? I had a long conversation with this girl. I don't know this girl from Adam. I've never met her in my life. And I just sent those words to her. And I said to her, if you want somebody to call you later in the night, in the evening, let me know. I will message you just to check up on you.
Yeah.
And guess what? When she messaged me back, she told me, thank you so much for saying something to me. That was the only hope I held on to. And that was it.
So,
So please always reach out when you can. It's important. That's a fact. You're looking at me like this.
No, for those that want to reach out, his number is 080.
Slow down. Slow down, bro.
So our actual first quick fire is still around that, and it has to do with the entitlement mentality of people generally in this part of the world. Because now we've talked about, how people can lose faith and then end up doing, something as bad as, committing suicide. Now, when do we draw the line? Because a lot of times, like you said, there are ways that you try to, bridge that gap. But most times, there's this crazy entitlement mentality whereby people are demanding. It doesn't necessarily have to be financial.
Yep.
It could be something as, I want gang's attention. And sometimes, when do you draw the line? Because it's something that is very prevalent in this society. So, gang, let's start with you on that.
Where do I draw? See, people want what they want, right?
Yeah.
You can't.
But when does it become like an entitlement thing? Like, oh, you know what? You're my friend, and you have to do this. Because something happened to me recently. I'm going to share right after you're done, and then I'll take the submissions from the other guys. So,
entitlement. Okay, to a degree, it's like people feel you owe them because of the position you're in, because of who you are. You could be in a certain position or you could be in a financial situation. And people just feel, for example, your family members feel as if you're rich, why should they be poor?
True.
So they feel entitled to your wealth.
Yeah.
You get me? Your partner also feels as if there are certain things about you that I am entitled to just by being your partner. True. People believe that just for the human existence alone, you should be taking care of other people's responsibilities to an extent. But some people cross that line by over-demanding. I have a friend, he's late now, that always, till his death, he always used to hold his parents to that statement that, why did you bring me here if you couldn't afford to take care of me do so many other things? You understand? So there's just certain decisions and places that you find yourself in life that, to be honest, not like you owe people, but you should actually be able to assist.
Okay.
You understand? It might not be your responsibility, but as a human being, it should. And you're in certain positions.
Yes.
Like how Deck is in certain positions that he finds himself that sometimes he lends a helping hand. But here's the thing: because he lends, and I'm saying it because I know, because he lends a helping hand, somebody decides to take the piss and continue to now say, Deck,
you have to continue
doing this. Yeah. That is where the entitlement comes in.
Rich uncle, you can relate with all
You're
of this.
asking for more than you deserve.
No, so I think for me, the first thing I learned early is that you can't pour from a cup that is empty. I can't pour from a cup that is empty. And what you were saying actually just reminded me of something that happened recently. One of my friends, one of my very good friends, a lady, Kemi, when she has any problem, pick up the phone and talk, blah, blah, blah. And she can be on the phone for 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And there was this day she sent me, she called me a couple of times and I didn't pick up the phone because I knew that I didn't have the capacity to be there for her, how she would want me to be there. And when she kept persisting, I said, Auntie, you go call therapist too. She got offended, but she got over it. But the reality is that at that point, I was trying to balance my own plane. Like, and you need to understand as a human being that, first of all, the cup that you're pouring from has to be full.
Yes.
So, if my cup is full, I will pour. But if you never,
But do you know the Nigerian mentality? The Nigerian mentality, people who say, you even have a cup to pour from.
Oh yeah, but I work
Whether
for the
it's
cup
full or
though,
not.
bro.
So that's what I'm saying.
No, I get that a lot though.
Some people come to me and be like, I don't even have a cup. You have a cup.
Yeah,
they
but
don't
I
even know whether
work
your
for
cup
the
is empty.
Sprinkle,
They
share,
don't know whether
do
your cup
whatever.
is
Yeah.
empty or has a few drops.
Yeah.
No, but
So the thing is, people, in terms of this entitlement,
Yeah.
there are certain things that you deserve. But once you start demanding for more than you deserve, that's when the entitlement comes into play.
All right, Deck, quickly.
Well,
and then
for
we
me
can move to the next
personally,
thing.
I mean, the line itself is in understanding or not understanding when to stop asking. I mean, when you come to a person and you tell the person your problems, right, and you see the demeanor of the person that, this person is not really in the place or in the position to help, but they try as much as possible to help you out of the nothing that they have. And then the next time you're telling the person, bro, how far, I beg, can you help me with this? And I'm like, I don't have. And then you're like, Baba, you're not even answering me. And I'm like, dude.
Bro, chill.
I did out of what I didn't have before. Do you understand? So a lot of the time, it is not as much as asking. It's about asking at the wrong time.
yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And when you ask at the wrong time, you see, manner of approach is everything.
Very.
All right?
Yeah.
Do you know that even if you don't have, there's a way someone will ask you, and you will go and look for
you will
the
be
person.
compelled to
You'll
give,
be
yeah.
compelled to give the person.
Yeah.
But not understanding how to relate with people, how to approach people, and the tone, verbal tone and text tone can be read.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
So I want to ask this. Who is entitled to ask you for something? Who's entitled to ask you?
There's nobody.
No. But the reason why I'm asking is
Yes.
this, because a lot of people talk to you, a lot of people reach out to you, but let's break it down.
Right.
Gang, Deck, Rich Uncle, who's entitled to say, you know what? Hey, Rich Uncle, I'm here. I need this. Can you help? Who's entitled?
You see, in the African culture, it is thought that if I know you, like the Yoruba saying, "Ojuto ti money rule is upon money." But what that means is that if I've seen you before, I can never say that I've never seen you before because I have seen you. Right? What that means is that most people feel like anybody that knows you, especially people who knew you when you were nothing, have the entitlement to ask you. But it's a wrong mentality because that's one of the things that is killing men in our society today.
Okay, fantastic. So it's not a male or female thing.
It's not family or friends.
No, so for me,
it's just an idea.
That, I understand that if I have more than enough, God knows what I need. If I have more than enough, He gave me more than enough for a reason. And I always understand that you are better off giving some of that away.
Yeah.
However, like I said earlier, I also understand that you can't pour from a cup that is empty.
Yeah, that's correct.
So, first of all, let me be okay. Take care of you. You can't climb a ladder carrying someone on your back. No. You go up there, then you throw them a rope. That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Wisdom.
Or else none of you will make it up. It's really
Something
just
about the bar, right?
No, this is
The wisdom of the bar.
wisdom of the bar.
Wisdom of the bar.
I'm going to say, like, I think this is my new position now. Like, I like
Let me share a quick story with you.
Yes, please, go ahead.
This happened about, if I can recall, like 20 something years ago. Was my older brother.
Okay.
When I was unemployed and he was working in an NGO.
Yeah.
And I asked him to borrow me 5,000 naira. And he sat me down and he said, "You don't have a job. How are you
How are you going to pay back?
How are you going to pay back this 5,000 naira?" And he gave me a bit of a lecture and said certain things. And I was like, I got where you're coming from. He said that if I give you this 5,000 naira and I demand you return it, you're going to go and look for 5,000 naira elsewhere.
Somewhere else, and you keep
pay me
borrowing.
back.
Yeah.
he eventually gave me the 5,000 naira and said I shouldn't worry about it. When I got my first job in the Ministry of Women Affairs and Youth Development, then he called me and he said, he called me and he said,
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
He said, you have a job now.
Where's my 5K?
He said, no. He said, how much do you want to borrow? Because now you have a source of income.
Yes.
Now you
that
can
will enable you to pay
That
back.
will enable you to pay back.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it came from a point that I didn't feel entitled that because he was working, he should give me money.
Yeah, I
You
get
get
you.
me?
Yeah, I understand.
So he taught me that, and I learned that entitlement thing that, you need to, despite the fact that certain people are in certain positions, doesn't necessarily mean they owe you.
You see, the truth is
right.
this, and let me quickly drop something. You see, one of the major problems in Africa, in Nigeria especially, is the fact that your family, feel like it is their right to get from you. And it's a terrible perception.
That's why when he said, who is entitled to you and your resources? Of course, you feel like your immediate family, your
Absolutely,
wife,
your children.
Then you
But
start
you know
thinking-
that's
you start
not
thinking of your
that-
parents.
you know,
But wait. I want to break the table. There's a reason why I'm talking about. I just want to read this message someone sent to me on Sunday. Yeah, it was like this. Just broke my headphones. I need a new headphone because I'm going to the gym without it. It's going to be chaotic for me. I want to go and get another. You add to my money. I read it. I'm like, what now? So,
But
do you think?
You didn't respond.
No, I
to that
didn't. I
message.
don't respond.
No,
to
I'm
message.
looking at the phone. You didn't respond to that message. No.
How? Okay, women.
the first question, let me
mostly-
even ask you.
Wait,
Do
women.
you have headphones yourself?
What?
Do you yourself have headphones?
No, it's not even about that. That's one of the conversations that. Do you think, and it's going to be a yes, no, and then we'll move on to the main topic for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think women feel more entitled than men?
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
Which uncle?
Yes.
All right. So now that we've gotten to that
But it's
conclusion,
simple.
Absolutely. Now,
Now,
like
let me-
you, like what you
can
say.
I quickly toss something here?
yeah,
Now, yes. Now, here's the thing. Women see men as providers and protectors.
True.
Emphasis on the providers.
Yeah, yep.
So women feel entitled that you should provide for them. Men now feel entitled to your body when they've provided for you.
okay.
Interesting.
With that being said, this leads us right into the main topic for the evening. Who
Which
is the
is?
biggest fraud in a marriage? Now, this seems a bit controversial, but it's something that we hope to dissect and put out there.
Right.
When we talk about fraud, let's talk about a marriage that's, gone over the years, over time. They've experienced certain things. Men generally do not change. Men remain the same, but women evolve faster.
No, men don't remain the same. But keep going.
Wait, I'm going. Let me land. Women evolve faster. Women grow faster. And that's why, even while we were younger, you wouldn't necessarily go out with someone that's of the same age. Most men prefer to go out with younger women, whether it's a couple of years or, miles ahead. Now, who really benefits from being married? Especially when the marriage is becoming difficult. And I know within the four of us here, we have about almost,
6 wives.
50, 6 wives. No,
Hey,
Yeah,
God,
are you sure you're going home tonight?
I was going to say 50 years
sure?
of marriage experience.
Yeah.
So, who do you think is the biggest fraud in a marriage? Because do men bring, how genuine they are to the marriage, or do women do it? Because most guys that I talk to will tell that after about 2-3 years, their wives change. They become who they were not. And that's why most women and most men, there's a bit of falling out because I'm the same guy, but she's evolved, she's changed, she's gotten a bit much, seasoned. I was going to use a particular word, but I'm thinking I need to go home tonight. So,
So when you talk about who's the biggest fraud in marriage, I think that should apply to marriages that are a little bit shaky or fraudulent. If you meet a happy home, would you think that there's
from the very beginning, do women really bring the true selves?
But like you
from the very
said,
beginning?
people evolve,
Yeah.
and things change. we should, and I don't know if people agree with this, marriage was designed or is designed to benefit the woman more. You get me? Marriage is designed to benefit the woman more. That is why most women, when growing up, they aspire to be wives. They aspire to become wives and mothers. That's why they always look forward to men approaching them and proposing to them at the end of the day. For a lot of men, if they had their way, they would stay single longer.
Okay.
You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
If they had their way, they would stay single longer. So women benefiting more from marriage, and also a lot of marriages, a lot of situations, men feel like they're rewarding single ladies by asking them to become their wife. It's what I can do for you. We've had this relationship to the point that it's gotten to the stage that let me make her my wife. That sort of completes a certain cycle.
Okay.
Then when she becomes your wife, and you see, that's why some men are privileged to have more than one wife, because they'll be like, okay,
You're privileged.
yes.
Okay.
So I'm
Privileged in the sense that
Clarity.
privileged in the sense that they've had one experience. Like how many women do you hear have more than one husband?
At the same time.
At the
or
same
at
time.
different times.
At the same time.
At the same time.
A woman
Right,
has to
right.
leave a husband to get another husband, but a man can stay husband.
No, but I think
and have
Legally,
other wives.
legally
No, but
that
there are
can
certain
happen.
cultures
though.
that a woman can marry more than one guy.
Yeah, but it's very rare.
Very rare, yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
very
agree.
rare. So at the end of the day, women benefiting more, they now tend to find a way to find a man, keep a man, and then show any character they want to after they've caught the man.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
I'm going to
so
break
yes,
it
let's
down,
hear from you, Dak.
and I just want us all to pay attention. The first thing.
Okay, let me bring out my notepad.
Now, hold on. The first thing, and I'm not going to say that this gender is fraud or that's a fraud. I want you all to dissect this together with me. Now, when a single lady is ripe for marriage and she's ready to get married, what does she do in preparation to meet a man? She prepares by getting beautiful, doing her makeup, getting her hair done, makes sure that she dresses properly, speaks properly, looks respectful. She wants, to be at her best just to meet the person that she wants to be with, right? Now, oftentimes than not, men don't really care what they wear to meet a lady. Okay, yes, just look good. I mean, look neat. Meet up with a lady. But a lady is, concerned about her looks.
Yeah.
She wants to speak properly. She wants to dress properly. She wants to go out and all of that, right? And then afterwards, courtship begins. Whilst that courtship is, in progress, have you noticed that they never want you to catch them without their wigs? Have you noticed that they
Without
never
their
want
makeup?
without their makeup? If they get up in the morning, they will quickly get up and go and brush their teeth and come back and say, "Hi, good morning, baby." Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they want to maintain the steez, right?
Yeah.
And then when they get married, in fact, wait, before they get married, at the point where it gets to the stage where they want to meet the parents of the guy, have you noticed that they become the best? They're very soft-spoken. They want to look like, the best wife. They would even ask their husband to be, "Baby, what do you think your parents will like? Should I do this? Should I cook this?
Best
Should I take
behavior.
They'll be at their best behaviors. But eventually when they get married, what then happens? Let me tell you something a friend of mine, a neighbor of mine told me before I got married. He said, "Let me tell you something. You see your wife? You see how mushy and loving and, all of that, be wary. Because when you get married, you'll see the true person." Now, let me tell you something. When you eventually get married, what happens afterwards? After first year, do you think that she will care that she still has a makeup on? Do you think she will care where she dropped her wig? Do you think she will care if she looks
Okay.
good to your family members? Right? Second year goes by. Third year, she drops a kid. Do you think she will care about looking good? Fourth year, she drops another kid. Do you think she will still care about that steez? All right? So at what point do we look at the man as the person who has gained? What exactly is the man's gain? Now, let's fast forward to after the children have grown up, they have gone to college, they've gotten married. Who still goes to live with the children? Is it the man or the woman? So
Wow.
I leave you with...
Okay, so Rich
you've answered
Uncle,
the question
I
saying
definitely, Rich
it's
Uncle
on women.
has been digesting all
Exactly.
what Dek has been saying, and
Exactly.
it seems like something's going to come out.
No, so I think the way I think the way society is set up, the way society is set up, women are usually groomed from a very young age to aspire to marry. So maybe they want to, maybe they don't want to, but I mean, it's programming like, okay, you go to school, when you're done with school, you get married, you have kids and all of that. But I also it's still, for me, it's still all society. So if you're dating a girl, for example, you guys don't sleep and wake up in the same house, right? So every time you see her, she's all done up, she's well dressed, she's smelling nice, and a lot of effort goes into that.
Right.
But when she has you in the kitty, why, what's the effort for?
Exactly.
They here now.
But exactly.
You wake up on the same bed.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
So that's the thing. We need to answer it ourselves.
No, but funny enough, a lot of men do it too. A lot of men do it too.
No, yeah, absolutely.
A lot of men do it too. If we're going to
I didn't leave it out.
If we're going to be completely honest, a lot of men do that too. Like when they are chasing a girl, they're on their best behaviors, and then when you have the girl, you just slide back. And that's why I always tell people that you must always, as a man, I'm not a woman, so I can't speak for women, but as a man, whatever attracted that woman to you, you can never stop doing it. Not just that woman.
Okay, so Rich Uncle, you're getting the point now. Yes.
No, but whatever attracted that woman to you, you can never stop doing it. If you want to see the other side of your wife, fall off in life. Just fall off.
So Rich Uncle has just answered the question.
Fall off.
Genuinely, if things change in terms of personality, characters, and certain things that were invested at the very beginning, and let's say it's from the man, is it the man's fault that the woman is reacting? Like a man who, started taking his wife to, the best, restaurants, night outs, dates and all of that. Now they're married. 2 years into being married, he stops all of a sudden. So who is responsible, the man or the woman? Because a lot of men generally do this. They're trying to, get the woman to like them.
So in long-term relationships, there'll be ups and downs, right? Yep. The moment you see it start going down, do something. That's what I always say, do something. So perfect example where there was a time my wife and I, every Friday, before the black table, every Friday we're always going out. And then
we caused
no. When I'm not in the country, I wish I was here, so it didn't cost anything. And then I can't even remember what happened. And then one weekend we didn't go out. Then the next weekend we didn't go out. Then it became a norm. And I didn't really see it. But one day she just said, "Now wow." The moment she said that, "Now wow," oh yeah, wear your shoe. Let's go. Life happens, as if life will happen to you because you're dealing with a lot of things. Life will happen. But once you see those gaps, plug them. And for whatever reason it is, if you're in a long-term relationship, it's going to get boring at some point. Yeah. So you guys need to both be on your 10 toes. You have to stand on business. Okay, hey, so where are we going today? And a lot of times, it's not necessarily money. You'll be surprised at walking down the road with your wife for 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
It's
more
different.
It's more than anything.
Walking down the road and walking back home.
Absolutely.
Together.
You see, Olamide, to be honest with you, right? I will not say there is fraud or somebody is the fraud. I would say, you see, this thing is a contract.
Yeah.
It's a social contract between a man and a woman. We have decided that we want to be together. Why? Is it because I want you to help me with kids? Is it because I want you to help me groom my kids? Is it because I want to be your husband and provide for you and give you, a family or a house and what have you, and work and take care of you and the kids, right? It's a back and forth. It's an agreement between two people. Two people coming together to say, you know what, I want to be with you and you also want to be with me, all right? The truth is this, we cannot measure the importance of both parties.
Okay.
Every person in that institute
take responsibility,
has their own responsibility.
Everybody's bringing something.
And so you just have to meet halfway. Because the truth is, even in the illustration that I made about, the pre-marriage, the marriage, and, I won't say post-marriage, because the truth is, at that point, it becomes post-marriage because love doesn't even exist at that time. It's friendship that
you have to be friends. You have to be friends.
That holds everything.
That's why I wanted to say sometimes your partners, the desire to be with your partner shouldn't always be physical. Women know that things attract a certain man. So they want to look a certain way
Yes.
and
Okay.
keep that look going
And that
on.
is where BBL comes in.
So, truth, yes. now,
Well, it's the truth now. That's
God.
where it comes in now.
but truth about the
truth.
matter is, some men pretend to be a certain type of way
Yep. A lot.
to get women.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Yeah,
and
what I
have
said
them.
earlier.
Women also decide to be a certain type of way
Exactly.
to get these men.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the question is, who does it more? And because, like we said,
you.
marriage is basically designed for the women, women tend to do it more to seek for a husband.
Absolutely. I agree.
And then the change now comes in the marriage,
And
where
it
you
said,
now ask yourself,
it said that
what am I
the
doing
female
here?
gender is actually more than men, especially now in the world. And you see, the truth is, I think I saw a video of a lady literally begging other women that please let some women marry your husbands. We're too much outside. Like help us,
But
help
at
us
the- at
to
the
have
same-
women in the
At the
house.
same time, as a statistician, I'll tell you statistics show that most divorces or separations are filed by women.
Yes.
Yeah,
Very
standard,
true.
yeah.
Very true.
No, but so,
So women also control the marriage, and most of them are the ones that decide they want
when to walk away.
They decide they
so-
want to
so
leave.
it's and if you check those marriages, I always say this: if you check those marriages where you say 70% of women are filing for divorce, most times, whatever attracted them to that man is not there anymore.
not there.
I agree.
It's not there
It's
anymore.
missing.
Yeah.
It's missing.
Maybe the guy falls off the wagon and
Yes.
what have you. And
Whatever.
literally, see, let me tell you
But
something.
isn't that what marriage is about?
No. So-
rich, poor, sick, healthy.
No, so
Yeah,
the
so that's the
That's
thing.
a fraud in it.
So let me tell you something.
That's
Some
a
women,
fraud in it.
No, so
Guys,
the
some
When
mistake-
it's
people-
no longer
some
there,
women-
that means you didn't marry me for me.
Some
You
women
married me
say
for
to
this.
you,
Does anyone
guys,
actually get
women-
married?
some women
for-
say to you that for richer, not for richer, for poorer. There's nothing like poorer.
So the
You
reality-
poor, she goes.
So the
That's
reality,
it.
of, the reality of life is that men, and I always say, I've said it before, that men are the only ones that actually love women without reasons,
True.
without conditions. Like, oh, the girl, a man can marry a girl because she's been with me when I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
A woman will not marry you because you were there with her when she was ugly, and now she's fine. She feels she needs to reward
Rich uncle,
you.
have you heard the
It will
saying?
never happen.
Have you heard the
It
saying?
will never
Have you heard the
happen.
saying that when you ask a single lady, why do you think you want to marry this man? Have you heard the saying? Because he has potential. Do you know what that means?
Yes, that means I've
Do you
looked
know?
at,
Do you know?
I've
Wait,
looked at the
do you know?
trajectory of his
Wait,
life.
the trajectory.
What am I making?
We know that this guy,
Oh, my maker.
permutation is permutating and checking that it's
Stock
like
market.
this guy, you know
Going to
that
rise.
So imagine saying you go down.
The reality
you
will
understand what I'm saying?
nobody will forever be there.
Yeah.
A man will marry a woman because, why are you marrying this girl? I love her. Why do you love her? Oh no, she get good character.
Exactly.
A woman, on the other hand, it's a business.
You have to tick
It's
all the
a
boxes.
business.
That's the thing. That's
It's
what
a
I'm saying.
business.
It's basically
Because she
an
knows
agreement.
She knows in her
a
mind.
business
that-
agreement. I'm
she
telling
knows in
you,
her
for
mind
real.
that if this ship drowns,
real.
I'm drowning with this ship.
Exactly.
So it's for women. It's a very calculated
You
decision.
know what? Have
You know,
ever-
on this note, we need to take
hold on. Have
all
you
the
ever,
feedbacks.
so sorry. Have you ever asked yourself that why do rich people make sure that they marry
Within their circle.
their circle?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about it? Do you think it's because of love? Most of them don't love each other, which is essentially why they get married just to keep the. Do you know that people actually want to keep their family names?
Yep.
Okay.
Bro, what are you saying now?
All right. On that note, I'm just going to run through the social media feedbacks, and then gang, you'll be taking just the tip for us
Again.
tonight.
Yes.
Again,
Because my wife is here.
you're
Yes.
taking it just the
I
tip.
like that. I like that.
Just the tip,
Remember, it's just the tip.
not the
You can
shaft.
go inside, it's fine. No, you can go inside, it's fine.
All right,
Because
so
I
at-
dare you to go inside.
Do not
dare
go
you.
inside. I dare you, but do not
not
go
go
inside.
inside, though. Don't
Yeah,
do
do
Boys,
not.
if you're boys, we're going inside.
Gang, don't do it. Don't do
So
it.
at Jamila says suicide is never an option. It's an unforgivable sin.
It is, actually.
According to
Then-
who?
No, but it's a coward's way out.
I
now.
mean,
No, let's not have that debate.
bro,
Yeah,
why are you killing
it's
yourself?
something
bro?
that I really can't talk about
No,
right
why are you
now.
killing yourself?
Gogo says,
They
may we
know
not
why.
see what will push us to take our lives. So sad,
Amen.
take out Olamide.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And then we have at Mary R. She says, what about cop we don't fool, they overpour, but they don't want to give. Some people just don't want to help.
Yeah,
That's
You see,
in response to
But
what-
that's entitlement there.
in
though.
response to
entitlement we're
what
talking
Rich
about.
Uncle
No, but that's
said.
entitlement
It's not
there,
your
though.
business whether it's
It's full of laws.
Do you know what the person did for it
For
to
the cop to
overflow?
be full.
Come on now. what you
Atiaya says some people are just over entitled. They just
Yes.
don't know when
Now,
to
blood
stop.
money, do you want?
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm what they
Then
want to.
at show yo says gang and Rich Uncle are making mad sense tonight. Well done, Sars. Ayelo. You people, you left my brother Deck out.
No, but he's known to always make sense.
It wasn't me, like you say we have always been stupid. No, because that's what it means.
They can't handle
we
us.
are making sense tonight.
They can't handle the
We
truth.
are making sense tonight. So are you saying we don't make sense on other nights? Who be the person?
Aji says women and men are equal frauds in marriage, Ojare.
Yeah.
Everybody they idea with it until they say I do.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah,
To an extent, yes. To an extent.
And
what
we
we're
have
saying.
Kokalistica. Says, why do we need to be who we are not? All in the name of looking for a husband. That's a
You
full
go die
stop.
for
And then
street,
so unnecessary if you ask me. That's still talking about the main topic, which was who's the biggest fraud in a marriage. And at Jojo666, wow. Thank you, Dick. It's for Richard, Chef Sefini. That's French, Sefini. So those are all the comments from social media for this evening. And it's time for us to have Gang give us just a tip for this evening.
I'm going inside.
I don't know what I'll say today, but see,
They're talking to you, right?
No,
You
he
said
said
them, right?
You must translate that Yoruba saying you just said.
So, but ordinarily, you were never sure for words, though. Never.
Yes, never, and I still am not.
Yes.
I would
But you
say
said I don't know what I'll say tonight.
because I want to keep it correct.
All right. Why tonight, though?
Because the show ends at midnight,
We all
and I have
know
to
that.
sleep under a roof.
Okay. I just want
I would say always try to assess your partner as much as you can so that you can have a non-fraudulent relationship like I do. So,
Beautiful.
you know,
One man.
My brother, you sleep
so that you can have,
Jake.
so that you can have a non-fraudulent relationship. But if there's 419 in your relationship, do the necessary to make it work, or it's not by force to stay there, but try and get a non-fraudulent relationship like most of us.
All right. Thank you very much, gang. At the end of that, I almost shed a tear, but that was beautiful.
bro.
Well done. Thank you. I'm just going to say this, so whether you agree or not, women are the frauds in marriage. Okay. It's time to go now.
Say Nazuma when it
Zoom in.
Nazuma when it talk.
Zoom in.
So
It's time to go now. Thank you, guys. It's been wonderful.
Thank you for having us.
Having you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so
Gang,
much.
thank you.
The mayor of Agugi,
Rich Uncle, always
The
a
most
pleasure.
the uncle of life.
the most faithful man,
most faithful
in
man in
Lagos.
that city.
In Lagos.
God.
In Lagos.
And they're all in Lagos, so they're all in Lagos.
Yeah. No, but I just wonder what happens when you leave Lagos.
I would never leave this town.
You know, so we're just talking my wife just said to me, she said, husband man,
Yes.
I'm on my way to the club with my girls now.
Aw.
I said, that's fine. I'll be on my way home when I leave the studio.
Oh.
Is that the
Because
truth?
you guys have refused to take me out.
Oh, yeah.
Not
Let's-
us, not us.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Let's
but
take you out.
it's
Let's take
not
you
it's
out.
time to go.
So send her a
Thank
message
you,
on the way
everyone.
to the club
It's
with
been a
your friend.
wonderful
non-Friday
Friday night
relationship.
edition. I'm sure the argument will continue, but we'll catch you same time, same station next week. The darker the night, the brighter the stars. Please be good, and if you're not good, do not be caught. Good night.
You're not good, you're